This is Gridiron Down Under, the greatest Australian sports talk show. Today, we'll dive deep into my favourite player on every NHL team. Don't ask me how I got into NHL and hockey, but it's a lit sport. I've never skated in my life, but it's great to watch. We'll start with the Ducks, Ryan Gretzky. Basically the only player on that team. He does it all. Without them, they're probably not a franchise. The Coyotes, I've got Darcy Kemper. The kid would have won the Vezina if he didn't get injured and for this corona. Then the Bruins. I don't really like anyone from the Bruins as a Flyers fan, but maybe Pastor. He's a freak. He's God. You got to respect that, and he's fun to watch when never. Then we got the Sabres. We got Wayne Simmons. The kid was Philadelphia. Well, he's not a kid no more, but he was Philadelphia. What he did in that Stadium Series game, went up and fought. It's just in his. I think that was his last game, or second last game with that. He is Philadelphia, but that just shows the business side of sports. He had to get traded. We were not in a position to win, and another team was. We got Ryan Hartman, who didn't really do much from him. Then we got the Flames, Johnny Goodrow. You gotta love the story. The kid's 4 foot tall, he's a stud. Everyone passed on him. Look where he is now. He's a beast. He had a quiet year, start of the year this year, but he's found his form a bit. Then we got the Canes, Dougie Hamilton. He's a beast. I don't really like the Canes either, but Dougie Hamilton just does stuff no one else does. I like Aho, but I don't know. I went with Dougie Hamilton as my favourite player. Then we got the Blackhawks. We got Alex DeBrincat. I don't really like Patrick Kane. He's not as dog as everyone thinks he is, but the Blackhawks are a bit of a meh team. It maybe would have been Robbie Leonard if he didn't get traded. Then you got the Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon. He's top 3 player in hockey. What he does on the ice is just something special. You don't get that every day. He's behind Connor McDavid and Crosby still probably, but he's a special talent. Then the Blue Jackets, Cam Atkinson. Cam Atkinson, I thought, lived in the shadows a bit without Temi Panera, and he's a good player. He's not a stud, but he's alright. I liked him better than Artemi Panarin last year as well, and even Sergei Bobrovsky. I've always liked Cam Atkinson for some reason. Then we got the Stars. I like Tyler Seguin. I don't know. He's got a lot of tats. He plays hard. He plays the right way. Everyone else seems to like Jamie Benn more, but I don't know. I like Tyler Seguin. Then we got the Red Wings. Dylan Larkin, another one of those players. He's wasting his career. Dylan Larkin is a stud. He's something special. I want to see how he is on a good team. Then the Oilers, I got Connor McDavid, who you just got to respect him. He's one of the greatest players we've ever seen. He's speed, he's got the shot, he's quick, he's got the good wrist. He's just something. He's something you got to admire. Even if he played for Pittsburgh, I reckon I'd still froth him. Actually, no, probably not, because I don't really like Sidney Crosby. Then we got the Panthers. I like Alex Barkov. He's underrated. He's two-way. He plays back. He pushes up. He scores goals. I know, another one of those players that seems to... the Players Association love this kid. They reckon he's a two-way stud. Everyone votes for him every year, but the fans just don't give him any recognition, I don't think. The Kings, Jonathan Quick. I feel sorry for him. He's got injured a lot. The Kings are trash now, but I don't know. Jonathan Quick, I don't really like Kopitar. Drew Doughty voice annoys me. The Wild, I got Ryan Hartman. I don't know, I liked him on the 3rd and 4th line for us last year for half a year. He's alright, he's nothing special. We probably wouldn't even get on our 4th line today, to be honest. But I don't really like Devin Dubnyk, so Ryan Hartman it is. The Canadians, I like Cole Caulfield. I wish the Flyers picked him up instead of Cam York in this year's draft. But I don't know. See what Johnny Goodrow does. Height doesn't matter that much. The Habs have got a stud. He's going to be in their system, and he'll be scoring goals for ages. He scored He scored like 60 goals in his juniors. Oh, he is something special. I don't know how we passed on him. Cam York just seems like another Ghost, to be honest. Hopefully he's better, because Ghost is dog shit now. There are the Predators. I like Ryan Ellis. He's a bit in Roman Jossi's shadows. This year he's playing even better, but I don't know. I like the way he plays. I don't really like Arvidsson or Forsberg or Ryan or even Josi, so I went with Ryan Ellis. Then we got the Devils. Jack Hughes, the number 1 pick. He's the only one that's got some hope on that franchise, I think. Nico Hischier alright, first pick from ages back, but when we took Nolan Patrick, who doesn't even play barely, but You got the Islanders, Matt Barzal. He's something that is almost getting wasted in Barry Trott's system. He has no freedom. If he gets freedom somewhere else, he would be pushing a top 10, 15 player in the league if he's not already. Interested to see how he goes. Apparently, offer sheets are going to be matched for him. Big ones. I wonder will the Islanders match that. Then we got the Senators. I got Thomas Chabot. He's a good defenseman. He plays a lot of minutes. He got paid. I respect him. I don't really like the Chuck that much. I don't know. Yeah, Senators are a pretty meh team. They're on the rise, but they got a lot of picks coming up. The Rangers, I got Capo Caco. How do you not rate the name Capo Caco? The second round pick. Just before the coronavirus thing, I watched him versus the Flyers. He tries hard, he competes hard, he battles hard. The results aren't there yet, but you can see he's improving game in, game out. Then we got the Penguins, Matt Murray. I don't know why. I don't like the Penguins, so he's bad. He costs them a couple games a year, so why not? Matt Murray, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Then the Sharks. I got Jumbo Joe Thornton. That beard, the man deserves a ring. He's 40-odd years old. I felt sorry for him when he didn't get traded on the deadline. He just deserves something. I wonder will he come back next year. Keeps competing in that lackluster Sharks this year. I don't know what's happening to the Sharks. They're probably too old now. The Blues, Colton Parayko, one of the most underrated defensemen in the league. He does it all. He's beast down back. He's in the shadows of Petrangelo a bit. He's at UFA this off-season. I'm interested to see the Blues sign him. The Lightning, Braden Point, another one of these small dudes that just scores goals. There's something about these small dudes. Everyone looks past them, but they keep producing. When they got the talent, it doesn't matter about height. Then the Maple Leafs, Morgan Riley. I love the way he controls that blue line down there. One of the only players I like down in, up in Toronto, I should say. The Canucks, Elias Patterson. I don't know, he's a kid, he's too skinny for my liking, he's put on some weight. I was going to go Markstrom, but I don't know. Elias Pettersson is just a beautiful talent. Fell to 5, probably the best player of that draft class, but I don't know. He's a good player, he's not great yet. He'll be alright. Golden Knights, Mark Stone, I've always rated him, even when he was with the Senators. He passes the puck well, he shoots well, he's two-way, he plays back, he plays forward. It was a great pickup. They signed him big. I don't know who else to go for with Golden Knights. Maybe Carlson, Flower. I don't know. The Capitals, Ratko Gudas, the ex-Flyer. He got a farewell video when he came back to the Wells Fargo. I don't know how he didn't do that much for the franchise, but he was our best defenseman last year, along with Robert Hagg. So I got to respect the man. There's no one else I really like on the Capitals. They're just in our division. They're another one of these teams I don't really like. So Ratko Gudas, you're the man. We won that trade too, getting Matt Niskanen. He has been a stud. A stud. Look at him lead by example with Ivan Provorov. Provorov was so bad last year. He's worse than Ghost almost. This year he's improved his game immensely. I direct credit that to Matt Niskanen a lot. The Jets. I got Cody Eakin. The hair on him, you just can't not pick him as your favourite. He's not their best, like Blake Wheeler, Mark Scheifele are studs in their own right. But I don't know, Cody Eakin, that mullet and that red hair is just something special. My beloved Flyers, last but not least. This year, my favourite player has probably been Kevin Hayes, the pickup. We paid him too much. He's overpaid, but we had to do that. Look at the production he's given us. He's going under the radar. He's always doing the right thing. The 1%ers, I like to call it. He blocks shots. He puts his stick in the right spot. He's good on the PK. Look at our PK. It's all directed to him. He scores shorties. He scores on the power play. He's just extremely, I wouldn't say underrated because he got paid a lot, but no one around the league rates him, but he is a special kid. And then Ivan Provorov, there's something, the bounce back on him. I direct that to Matt Niskanen and AV a lot, but Ivan Provorov is so good. He logs 25 minutes a night. He's 22, isn't he? 23. You just don't get that from young defensemen. Last year, he couldn't even play barely. He was so bad, but this year's turned around. He's fun to watch. Him and that top pairing, Niskanen, you're in for a good night. Coots is also extremely underrated around the league. How he did not make the All-Star game, I don't know. He's two-way. He's probably one of the most... He's top 3 defensive forward in the league. He scores goals when he's playing well when the Flyers are winning. Some of that's directly at him. The Flyers this year was something special. You can't take anything away from Carter Hart. The reason Carter Hart's not my favourite player is because I don't even know if he shows up on the road the whole time. But at home, at the Fargo, he's the best netminder in the league. He's like 19-2-1 at home this year. You just don't get that. He's 20 years old. 21 maybe now. Carter Hart is a stud. He's the Flyers netminder for the future. He's so good. Ron Hextall built this from the ground up, and now Chuck Fletcher's taken over. I love what they're doing down there at Flyerland. Now, next year, I hope we back it up. This year, if we get to play and let's go deep in the playoffs. Let's bring back the Flyers hockey we had before this break. I'm out.